thought this was a Zoom meeting. Thank you, each and every one, for coming. Good morning. And I am happy to see each and every one of you here. It's kind of amazing and very warming, a heart-warming feeling. And we will move right along to another heart-warming feeling. Mr. Dave Rushbaker. Mr. Dave Rushbaker, our school board chair. Please welcome him.
Good morning. I thought Joel was washing his windshield from that fog this morning. Good morning. Like Joel said, it's good to be back. Good to see people not on the screen. You're alive. We're all alive. Still shiny as ever, but we're alive. Chante washte nape chuzi aplo. I shake your hands with a good heart. Again, good morning. Thank you to each and every one of you for being here with us today. I would like to begin by introducing my colleagues who sit on the board with me here at State Farm Indian School. We have Nicole Marshall, Donna Hollhorn-Bear, he's our tribal ed rep, tribal council rep. Donald Skeeter Leader Charge, who's not with us today due to work obligations. We also have our employee rep, Star Walking Eagle. Our student rep, Alaya Medicine Eagle. These all, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for commitment to our children here at SFIS. Coming full circle, it's kind of hurt to little Chante a little bit there. It's been a rough, tough couple years, but coming full circle means a lot to me. I was employed here at St. Francis for a couple years. A new school board and a CEO was seated, and they made some decisions, and a lot of people were left, either resigned or forced to leave or contract not renewed. And I was told the board wanted to go in a different direction. So with that, later on that same day, our elementary principal got the same letter. I believe that day we lost sight of why we are here for children at State Farm Indian School. As adults, we always say to our children, go to college, get your education, come back, help your people. But again, as adults, we push them aside. We don't want them. We don't need them. Your lack of experience, stuff like that, is always told to our children who come home with a degree. We became that crab in a bucket, and as soon as one makes it out the top, we grab that one and bring it back down again. We should be that crab. We should be that person who comes out of that bucket and helps everybody else out. I believe we're starting that now. Today, April 19th, 2021, Monday. Remember that. It's a good day here at State Farm Indian School. We have the opportunity to come full circle. We have a tribal member, a alumni, who went off to college, returned home to help her people. Our children here at SFIS. Our superintendent, Miss Danny Walking Eagle. Change is coming. Change is difficult. Sometimes it's hard to accept. Remember, why are we all here? It's for our children. Always remember that back in your mind. We are here for our children of SFIS. So again, I'd just like to say welcome. Again, today is a good day. The heart's heavy. I believe we're in a right road, a right direction. With all of us together, working as one, we can succeed. I will hope. Thank you.
I'd also like to add a thank you to each and every one of you for all the work that's been done this year. It's been obviously a crazy year, and we've had to make adjustments. So I'd especially like to thank Ms. Teresa Young for doing double role as interim superintendent and elementary principal, and Ms. Gina Karen for high school principal. There were obviously struggles and things that had to be overcome, and if you didn't realize it, we've gone through a regular financial audit and a bureau review. I love their reviews. So it's been a challenging year, and I'm sure the students have faced just as many challenges. We've pushed technology to the absolute limit. We've pushed people to the absolute limits. And again, thank each and every one of you for having done the part and role asked of you. I'd now like to welcome the Student Council Senior Representative, Aaliyah Medicine Eagle.
I'm gonna keep my mask on because I don't have the shot. Good morning, Superintendent, Ms. Walking Eagle, and staff. My name is Aaliyah Medicine Eagle, and I am the student body president. There are so many words that flood my mind as I search for ways to describe this semester. When I think of the semester that is coming to a close, hindsight, my word is blessed. When I think of the moments that were difficult, I would say overwhelming. But when I think about how those two things work together, I think I feel lucky. No single word will fully depict what we've all been through, of course. A word can't portray fear the way we've lived in the era of COVID-19, but what a single word can do is remind us of why we all went through it all. One word can keep us focused on how we're better now than we were as a result of all this. For me, that word is innovated. It gives us all a window into what makes us human and keeps us all that way when the world seems to crush our humanity. We've managed school, work, relationships, and we did so almost immediately. It's not perfect, but we managed. Overall, I want to thank all my teachers and the student body for getting through this year the best way we could. I want to wish you all continued prayers and to be safe overall. Thank you.
We'd like to next welcome SFIS alumni of 2014 and college graduate of 2021, Kelsey Espinoza.
Hamadakiapi nape chante washten chiuzapi wankiawea imachapi kashto. Good morning, staff. A day like today is very important for us, as it provides us the opportunity to finally meet with each other during the COVID-19 pandemic, as well as provide us all the chance to meet with the teachers and other staff members. Coming from a student that graduated from this school, I must say that life is full of surprises. I would never have guessed that today I would be standing here before you, sharing this. I'm here to share with you the experience of being a student from St. Francis and the impact that many teachers who helped me survive this complicated world. I first started my educational journey here at SF back in kindergarten. I remember going to classroom, sitting in a chair, and then learning my ABCs. That was the easy part. Moving on to the next few grades, it became a challenge for me, as it became apparent that I had trouble with reading and writing. I would often get left out at school events because of my reading disability. However, this changed when my grandmother started the reading program. There, I was placed in a group with a woman named Lisa. In Lisa's group, she helped me develop reading skills and writing skills. She guided me to grow, to be motivated, and to personalize my learning path. Going on to middle school had its ups and downs, as well as a new schedule to keeping up with work, social challenges, and your academic challenges. But it is worth to get to graduate from 8th grade to go to high school. But not all middle school was bad. I got to meet a person who inspired me to get my art degree. My art teacher, Mr. Scott, had created a fun and safe environment that made me feel that I had potential in life, to push me to do better on my next painting or drawing. Mr. Scott inspired me to have fun, to pursue a higher art career. It was because of his mentorship and his motivation that kept me excited to keep painting. When I entered high school, I had a devastating experience that I hope that you guys don't have to experience it. Because I had health problems, I was placed in a remote room that had me separated from my friends and peers. I was placed in a closet in the with schoolwork and a computer. The stress of digital learning at that time was a life changer. It was a difficult time. But I did not want that to be my fall. I did not want to be a fall behind my fellow peers. I had to start asking help from teachers from high school to get me motivated to work harder. With that, I was able to get back to class, and in the high school, from there I got placed into an advanced reading class. Continuing my final 2 years left of high school, I came to a decision on what did I want to do after high school. I was asked, did I want to go to college? Did I want to go into the military? Or should I start working? I knew what my choice was, and that was to go to college. But where the answer I was looking for, luckily I was in a summer program that helped me with that decision. I had chosen a university and state since I didn't think I was ready to live far away from home. I put the application into 3 universities and got accepted into 2. One was the University of South Dakota, and the other was Black Hills State. When the time came for what university I should choose, I chose Black Hills because my grandmother was a graduate from there. My first year of college was scary. There was something new and different from being from a reservation and a tribal school. I had to get used to a different environment and the people. In college, I chose an environmental science degree, a degree that most women, especially Native American women, are not often heard of pursuing. Whatsoever I had learned in my life, I had learned that from my teachers. My teachers are more like friends and mentors who provided me with a life challenge advice, which helped me grow a bit every day. They guided me to follow the right path, in which ultimately is going to lead me towards success. I would like to talk about my high school teacher that helped me in my university year to give me a chance to study abroad. His name was Mr. Kozar. He was my science teacher at SF, and he taught me chemistry and physics. I was given the opportunity to study abroad from my geography professor at Black Hills. I was excited because I had never imagined something like this would happen to me. But I had no idea where to start. But when I told Mr. Kozar about the opportunity here right away, I wanted to help. He suggested starting a fundraiser to help with my travel fees, and also showed me that I should not be afraid to seek out the opportunity and experience other cultures. From there on, I experienced failure after failure so much that people started to think that I was not cut out for the path or program. After a series of talks with my family, my friends, and my teachers, I tried to figure out what to do. And having to deal with a not so helpful university facility, I decided that I should finish it no matter what. Failure and doubt like that makes you much tougher and stronger to prepare for the future. So I continued and pushed myself with my education to earn my degree. Right now, it feels like not enough people realize just how important teaching for a child. For that, we say thank you. Thank you for sharing your patience, your knowledge, and your understanding so that we can increase ours. Thank you.
How many of us have contributed to COVID spread? I did. And with that, we'll ask Scott Herman to come up here, our Rosebud Sioux Tribe Vice President.
Good morning, everybody. Vice President Scott Herman, Rosebud Sioux Tribe. I was on my way to work this morning, and I got a call from one of the school members, and they said, would you come over and say words of encouragement today? So I agreed to do that. I was sitting back there with Superintendent Walking Eagle and Dave Brushbaker, and was all talking about this back-to-school plan and how that's going to look for the school, and what kind of atmosphere that they're going to expect from that. Was talking to Dave Brushbaker about changing it to COVID-20 because he had gained 20 pounds within that period of time. So he agreed to do that. So we're going to start calling it COVID-20. I've been a teacher since 1991, and I've been I played a lot of roles in school. And I was a teacher, I was a homeschool coordinator, I was a student support specialist, I was a dean of students, I was an assistant principal, I was a principal, classroom teacher. So I know the struggles that some of the teachers that they have to encounter during the school year. This COVID-19 has really made a difference in everybody's lives. We had a tough time at the tribe down there trying to keep everybody safe and make sure that everybody was safe at school and stuff. So we had to do what we did as far as shelter in place and making sure that the schools were shut down and everybody was safe. But it took a toll on our youth. It really did. It really took a toll on our youth. Our youth are out there not knowing what to do, not knowing what their future looks like, not knowing what to expect, not to look forward to anything that's probably positive in their lives right now. So we really have to pay attention to our youth right now. And we have to make it better here at school. I was talking to Miss Walking Eagle about how we have a lot of depressed students out there right now. And we got to find ways of making them feel like they have something to do and bring them back to the school. So I was talking about to the president of the tribe, and he was talking about the shelter in place. The shelter in place has been lifted, but it's just that we're encouraging people to stay home and be safe still. So I'm hoping that Danny will open up the school for some type of activities for the kids, for the gym usage, maybe even some tutoring for the kids, or even some summer school, just to make them feel like they're a part of something again. We have a lot of people down at the tribe that are been watching St. Francis Indian School for the last 3 years, and what's been going on over here. As soon as I walked into doors this morning, I felt the positive energy today, and it felt very good. I met with Joe this morning, and I was talking to him about that. I said, "How's everything going?" He said, I think it's looking up." So hopefully that's going to happen. Hopefully that we all have a better attitude about coming back to school this next year. And I know how difficult it is to be a teacher. I was once a teacher. I know how hard it is to plan and to get ready for your classes and be that role model that kids need to be in school. But I just want to encourage everybody today that to have a good rest of the year, to make this upcoming year the best that they can be. And I feel that we're going to really be back on track this year. I think we went through a storm. I think we're out of it now. I think that we're gonna see a light at the end of the tunnel. We're gonna make things better here. I think we're all tired of being depressed, being negative. I think we're all wanting to make the school a little bit better. So let's do that, okay? Let's do that for the kids. Let's make sure that they have something to do. Make sure that they're safe in school. Make sure that they're achieving and excelling at what they want to do. Let's give them some hope. And we can do that as teachers and parents and grandparents. So let's do that. I encourage you guys to have a good year. And I thank you for inviting me over today to say a few words. Thank you.
If I could take a few seconds here, I want to ask all the custodian personnel, please stand up. All the custodians. Are they outside cleaning? All right. All the transportation people, please stand up. Come on, come on. I know who you are. Get up there. Okay, and cooks. Where are our cooks? They're cooking. All right, let's give them all a round of applause. I know they have worked extremely hard to try to figure out logistics to keeping people apart, keeping things clean, and that is going to continue to be a challenge. Next, I would like to welcome Rosebud Sioux Tribal Council member, and I'm sorry, I don't know where she's from. This side. Which community? Antelope. From Antelope Community, Totes Wan.
Good morning, everyone. I told myself I wasn't going to cry today because I was able to come in this school and breathe. And the atmosphere was different. It's been a long 3 years for everyone. And today was started with something that was very strong, and that was with prayer from our oldest medicine man here. So, you know, good things are going to start happening here. And one of the other good things is that our leadership here, we have Danny back. She's not only an alumni, but she's been here for years. Her heart is truly in education and for the kids here. So if anybody can turn this around, it's going to be Danny, with the help of everyone. There's a lot of preparation that needs to be done because our kids have been suffering the hardest throughout this pandemic and the change that's been happening here for the last 3 years. And it's good to see a lot of you sitting out here. You've been here for years, and that shows dedication to the school and the students and the parents. So there's a lot of hard work ahead, a lot of preparation for these doors to get open. But because of the new change, the new leadership that's going to happen, and change is good, this change, because we have someone who's going to lead us with the right heart, and that's education. And it's been left behind for three years. So with that being said, this has come all around in a full circle. And we have a young lady who's gonna lead us in a good way. So put all the hurt aside, and let's start healing together. And let's start getting ready to open these doors for the whole reason why we're here in the first place. That's for our kids. Good things are going to start happening at St. Francis Indian School. And I'm very honored to be here today and to be a part of this healing process and this full circle. So it's good to be here. It's good to feel this family again, this unity. It's back. So I want to thank Danny for hanging in here these 3 years and coming back in this full circle, and for all of you being here, the dedication. So let's get ready for these kids. We owe it to them. They deserve it. Not only COVID's hit them, but all this trauma here. So let's lead them in a good way and get the doors open and give them the education they deserve and the TLC they've been waiting for. So thank you guys, and thank you, Danny. Thank you.
Please welcome Danny Walking Eagle.
Good morning, everybody. Midaki epi, kimimi laskawi imachapi, tiksto. Na yuha chante washte nape chiuzapi. Good morning, my friends and relatives. I shake your hand with good feelings in my heart. My name is Danny Walknigal, and I'm a proud graduate of a 1985 graduate of St. Francis Indian School. I began my education journey here in 1973. That tells you how old I am. As a kindergartner, and that was an important time because we were just changing over from the mission over to St. Francis Indian School and with a parent corporation. And so that was the year that I started here at St. Francis Indian School and finished all the way through to graduation. As a student here, I relied on this school to be my sanctuary and as a place to expand my mind and my athletic ability. And this school gave me that. The school opened its doors not only to me, but to many here on the Rosebud Reservation to be able to come here, feel safe, get an education, make relationships. And that was the key. A lot of us finished because of the relationships that we had with our teachers. And so you all play an important role in our kids' future. If you come because something happened at your home, or you had a flat tire or something, and you come in with those feelings, your kids are gonna feel that, your students are gonna feel that. So you need to be able to drop everything at the door, give them your heart, give them your soul, give them what you would give your children, your own children, because they are. Remember that. You're the aunts, you're the moms, you're the uncles, you're the dads that so many of our kids need, and they need that. They need to be reassured that every day when they come here, they're going to get your best. And I hope that that's what you give them, because that's what I'm gonna give them. So this place is a sanctuary, and then I expect everyone to be able to give that to them and treat them as their own. As an athlete here, we were able to get the best coaches here. The coaches gave us everything. I'd like to just honor those coaches that came to us. James Mitchell, Paula Mitchell, Alex Red Prue, Roger Dottonville. All of those coaches brought us to our heights and glory at St. Francis Indian School. We had many great athletes come through here. Carla Brave, Lima LaPointe, Al Badhan. Many of them still hold records in the state of South Dakota and are on their way to Hall of Fame. So if you don't know or don't realize what you are to these students, you need to look at yourself and ask yourself, what am I doing here? Am I here for what I need to do for these kids every day? Because that's what you should be doing once you come through those doors. We had many great teams. The undefeated team of 1980, the 86 volleyball state champs. Let's give a shout out to those players and athletes. There's a lot of history here. There's a lot of tradition here. And we hope to bring those back because we need to feel that pride again in what we have here. We have so many great things here. We have so many great people here right now. And I know if you're here, it's because you want to be here. You want to be here at St. Francis. You want to bring back all of the glory that we had and take it to another level. That's what you should be thinking about when you come through those doors. I was here since 1989. I came in right after college at University of Mary. I was a teacher and a coach. And during that time, I was able to work with so many students and athletes, some who are sitting right here in the stands, which tells you again how old I am. Rich and Marshall over there, and even Nicole, who was on our basketball, Candace, our state basketball girls teams. A lot of you I've worked with as a coach and as a teacher, and I'm proud of those times. There were so many great things. We had great cross-country teams. We had great basketball teams. We had great volleyball teams. We need to go back to that again. We need to give our all so that we can get our present students right here. We need to give them that. We need to be able to do that. I worked for 20 years as an administrator. I didn't think I'd ever be an administrator, but Cheryl Crazy Bull said, Danny, we need to capture what you guys have as coaches. So you and Red Crew need to step up and you need to become administrators. But I'm gonna give you 3 years to get your degree. That was a challenge, and I love challenges. So I took on that endeavor, was here for 20 years as an administrator on top. So for 30 years, it was nothing but St. Francis. During my time away, I learned a lot. I was at the Oglala Lakota County School District as their chief financial, or as their federal programs director. Now, coming from a school from this size of 700 students to 2,000 students, it was an amazing step. And I cherish that time over there because I learned so much. And in the scheme of things, when you get that time away, you get a look at things, you gotta wonder why. Why was I placed here? Why was I there? I learned so much about the financial aspects of schooling and in the business office. In my office there, I was handling over $100 million for that district. And they were still bringing more in. So that was my job, was to do that. And so coming back here, I have the confidence that I can lead this school financially, educationally, spiritually, and for that child, and for you guys, because I hope that at some time that you all come and visit me. My door is open. It always has been, and I'm going to be there. I want to listen to you because you guys are on the front lines. You're going to be the ones that are going to tell me what the students need. You're going to tell me where we need to go. It's not a top-down lead. It's going to come from the custodians, from the kitchen, from the bus drivers, from the paras, from the teachers, because you guys are the ones that are going to be with those kids every day. So I expect to be able to say, hey, what do we need to change on the buses? Do we need more proctors in there? Do we need someone on the playground? Do we need to change up the menu? What do we need to keep this place safe so that our kids can come back in a good way? And in the next couple of weeks, that's exactly what we're going to do. I'm going to need your help in order to get that back to school plan done. Even if we bring the kids back for the month of May and then go right into summer school, that's what our plan is. So everyone's gotta be ready. Gotta be ready here in the school. We've gotta keep it safe. We gotta know what our protocols are. We gotta know how we're gonna pick them up, what we're gonna do from the moment they step on that bus. They get here to breakfast, they get to that classroom, and then when we get them back, are we gonna have extended school days? What exactly does that plan look like? I'm gonna need you and your expertise to work with me. And that goes back to my theme, coming back full circle, putting the children first. As a leader, I'm looking forward to working with you guys in every department, because every department is important. It takes all of you to be able to get those kids to where they need to be to our graduation. And we hope that we prepared them to get to that job, to get to the military, or to go to a trade school, or to go to college. That's what we need from you every day. So, as a leader, I want to work with all school leaders, directors, principals, paras, custodians, the student council. Because if without our student council, we're not going to know what the kids are thinking, and we need to know. They're just as intelligent, and they're resilient, and they're going to tell us what they need coming out of this pandemic. We don't have all the answers, and that's one thing that we should know, is we need everyone input on how we're going to do this. And it's going to take teamwork, and it's going to take hours, but I think we're all ready to do it to bring those kids back. You know, it was said it takes a village to raise a child. It's going to take all of us. It's going to take every one of us every day in our role here at St. Francis to get those children here, to bring those smiles back on their faces, to get them to feel that they are safe and that there's something that they always have here, that this is their second home, and that you are their second mothers and aunts and uncles here at the school. I will be looking forward to meeting all of you. My door is open anytime, but I want your input because this back to school plan has to be the best plan we can have, safely, with protocols, so that our kids can endure, so that this school can endure. In closing, I have this final saying from Edward Kennedy: "For all those who cares have been our concern, the work goes on, the cause endures, the hope still lives, and the dream shall never die." Thank you.
Mi take api iha chante awashte ana pechus api. Daya hiki lili omakpi. Wanachta washtemi imanchab. Bonnie hairy shirt, nightshell hairy shirt, hemiya. I am the proud, very proud mother of Danny Walking Eagle. I am proud of all my children. I was the mother of 10. Now 2 of my sons are gone, but I have the 8. When I took class at Santa Gleshka, we had to do a family tree. And when I did my family tree, I found very lot of information, which I want to share with you today. As we were coming in, they were singing the song to Kimimi Laskawi Oyate Ki Wachiniampi. And I felt many things as they were singing that song. This I want to share with you. Not only does Danny have a legacy, she has a huge job in front of her. When she decided to leave the school, she worked here 30 years, and she left to help our relatives to the west, the Oglalas, where she also has roots. Our great-great-grandfather is two-strike. And from there, he had a daughter named Brown Woman. He had 3 wives. Her children were William Brown, which is my grandfather, which we come from, and Leo Spotted Calf, Russell Running Horse, Mrs. Wounded, and Andrew Sees Red. And I know many of you are related to them. On the other side of my family, my paternal grandfather was Chief Bulltail. From there, his son was Iron Chow, who in turn, his son was Hollowhorn Bear. So I'm related to all of them, quite a few people. But Two Strike and some of our chiefs wanted to have the Black Robes come and teach our children. They wanted them to know English, reading, writing, and to speak English so they can compete in the greater society. And I was coming in and I was thinking of Danny. I was thinking she still has to follow that legacy of my great-great-grandfather. They wanted the education to happen so bad that he gave his land, the 320 acres for the Black Robes, to come and build the school, the mission, of which I'm a graduate of. And she, in turn, when she became a high school senior, her and Corinne Blackbear went to Washington and asked for it to help the board request a school building, of which this is a legacy. She brought this school and other buildings to the St. Francis Indian School. I appreciate our relatives from the West, the Philippines, that are teachers here, filling that legacy of teaching our children. And all of you who are here to help them read and write and do math and to be able to speak English so they can compete out there in the world, which they want to do. I know working here is hard. I've taught here 49 years in all areas, except being a janitor and a bus driver, and maybe I would have if they asked me. But being an educator is very tough. You cannot get personal or say anything that maybe you don't like this person, but your professionalism should carry you through. Someone once told me in the long life that I've lived here that if you're not a team player, maybe you should think about it and get off the train. I've always tried to be a team player, and it was tough sometimes. It was tough to like the person next to me, but I had hope that they have the plan of educating our children. That is the main goal. I would like to thank Miss Teresa Young for taking a job that was tough and leading us through, and our school board members who thought ahead and thought of this legacy, fulfill a wish of our chiefs. They took on a hard job among a lot of controversy. I would like to thank them from my heart. And also Miss Young, she did a terrific job. Please give her a hand. And when you go to Santa Galesca, if you happen to take any classes, be sure and find out your legacy or your family history, because it is good to know. It's good to know all your relatives. My great-great-grandmother's enrollment number is 2261. So learn who you are and where you come from, and be proud that you're Lakota, that you are from the Sicharu. Thank you.
There's been a few changes, so I'll ask you to bear with us in order to accommodate the ceremony today. First off, gotta do what they do on TV. Take that. I would like to ask each and every one that we spend a few silent moments in remembrance of, and I know several of us have had relatives pass, friends close to us here on the reservation or far away. I know several of our Sundance people have had relatives pass on other reservations. In honor of those people, I'd like to ask for a few moments of silence. Thank you. I am told the next person I should be asking about something is Marlene. Teresa, Danny, Hugh, come up to the announcer's booth.
Good morning, staff. As I am the association president, and as a part of going through the full circle, we wanted to honor Miss Young for doing the job that she did for us by accepting the interim superintendent and still doing the elementary principal. So as staff, we got her a star quilt, and we've asked our school board member, Nicole Marshall, to honor her with the blanket. And for stepping up to the job. Thank you, Ms. Young. We also, as staff, wanted to honor Ms. Danny Walkeneagle for accepting the job as the superintendent and taking us still through the circle. And we wanted to honor her with a star quote presented by Donna and Nicole as well. We also have a surprise. If we could have Mr. Joe Marino stand up here. Yes, you. We also wanted to honor him with a blanket for helping with the reporting and, of course, our money man here. So we want to thank Joe for doing a job well done as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think I need to ask Danny to stay. And is that it? Mr. Crow Dog? Yes, I think so. Thank you. The microphone? Singers, I think they've discussed the songs with you, so be ready.
Oh, I get to the Lakota language, the Lakota understanding. My granddaughter, gifted is something, it's very holy and sacred. The more telepathic communication to the mind of the power that's going to be invested for the education. We Lakota people, we are wisest people in the man of a man told me, Dr. Lehman Brightman, and Dr. D. Mason from Yale University. So I was there when those things comes about happening. Now Dakota, Grandma and I were going to put this feather. On each side, there's feathers, spotted eagle. So in the middle is the eagle plume. And that's going to help you, and that's going to take you, your life, walk of life, or concern of our grandchildren. And I heard you speak. It's so holy, it's so sacred to me, what I heard at one time. Now today again, recite that, the way of life, and our children will survive. So the band hand, my nephews, they're going to sing the Hukapi song. Two of your sisters are walk with you and go, Mom, Grandma will follow you in front of that teepee. And Grandma's going to put this eagle plume. One that is going to be taking place. That's going to go all over the universe of our children, our people. We want things for our children. We want them to survive. And this wind, the snow that's outside will take everything away. So no more what we go through. And you are going to be the educator for us. Your words apply to the universe of the universe. I saw it, made me feel good. Oh, Hewana. Oh, Kahewana.
Okay, face north. Everybody face north. Wazia takia etuapo. It's a sacred ceremony taking place in front of the teepee. Okay, face the east. We ohiam pataka etuapo. Henta ni tonka shila ahitua yankapelo. Okay, face south. Remain facing south. We're going to do the sky. Machpia takia. Hehang. Makashila hecha yankelo. Then the earth. We're going to face towards Mother Earth. We're going to honor Mother Earth. They're all representative of the universe. Thank you. That's the making of a relative ceremony. Red leaf kina hey istam kina uchacha je he oloma ji ayahi ap kina wana kagale istam piktelo hey uchacha je ke atkhain ap piktelo. We can acknowledge that feather and the name that she'll be walking forward into the future. Okay, honor song for the feather and the Lakota name. Lakota wichacha rewa yuhaya locha. He holonge ayahia piktelo. Ana hunka woicho hechayelo. These are part of the ceremony that's recognizing the person, the name, and the feather. Okay, na peyuza po ana uchokawa suta hiaelo.
We're also asking, please stay with us till the end of the ceremony. We'd like everybody to stay with us. We still have a closing prayer and some other events that we need to do. We're going to ask that the Lakota warriors get ready to retreat the colors.
done singing, I'm going to introduce myself and tell them why I'm here. Whoopi Lalo, Red Leaf. Okay, my name is Tony Black Spotted Horse. I was a teacher here, an art teacher, a bilingual educator here at the one time, and I was also an aide for Danny one time. I was here because of Chief Leonard Crowdog. He requested that I come here and be part. I helped him in several occasions like this, and he calls on me, and I can never refuse his request for being the chief and being a medicine man. And he asked me to do some things that sometimes it's hard to do and hard to refuse, but being a medicine man and a chief, I have to honor his request. So that's why I'm here. I am here because of him. Wopila, thank you. I enjoyed this.
Dwayne, could you come here for a second? I don't know nothing. Atash Lawashni.
Yeah, we'd call all the staff bearers and the honor guard to the post.
Okay. All right. Thank you. And we have a little bit more to go, so please hang in there. We're going to have a special closing prayer by Chief Crowdog. And after that, we're calling on the honor guard and staff bearers to then take our colors out, and Red Leaf will do the honors of that song. And as they go out the door, people can follow and shake their hands. Please remember our veterans. And it says lunch, so I won't swear to it, but supposedly there'll be lunch or sometime soon. So that is where we're going to proceed. Is Clayton nearby? Clayton? Eustace? Hugh? Uh-huh.
Well, wait, Onaha, wait, Unkichu Pixie, Na Taku, Unkichu Pixie, Uyatha Pixie, Na, Womspo, wait, Ki Wonkia Pixie. My grandpa and my dad told me something, and I never thought about it. I say out loud, food there, so fill myself up. Well, that's what my thought. And then he said, hold it. He said, when you eat this meal, food, you're talking to that food. So all that food that you're talking to is going to help you. It's going to give you all the knowledge, all the education, all the things that even somebody tell you something, it will understandable. Well, I'm going to say a prayer that's going to go to our reservation. Our reservations, so our kids, whatever they eat, whatever, they're going to be nutrition, and they're going to be way of life. Excuse me, the word excuse me, grandpa, grandma, cousin. They're going to say all this nice, beautiful drum sound made me remember. I look at that real nice, the Hukapi ceremony, the most beautiful, most beautiful. Oi te tukasta. Apetu kun kawa kapo. Na apetu ki ukichipi oiaio. Na apetu ki tako chukupi ki na. O kakna kawaste ukapo. Na he te tako tonu kuni te akapi. E naolaka. O he te roho. Le you have baby. For all the educators that's here today. All the staff that's going to work for us for many years. Even the vice president had his voice, we heard. That will be beneficial for our future, our generation, and our leaders. Just wise, my granddaughter, the way it spoke. I know it's going to happen to us. And happen to for my people, in the name of you, grandfather, in the name of you, all my relations. Thank you.
Hoka singers, please. Okay. They must have heard me, and we're going to have a meal prayer.
I would like to do a song for the food. Oye ma ke ayo yo yo te ma ke ayo yo yo oye ma ke ayo yo yo te ma ke ayo yo hey hoy ta ko he ko yo yo e che tuk te lo yo yo hoye ma ke ayo yo yo che ma ke ayo yo hey yo ta ko he ko yo e che tuk te lo yo yo oye ma ke ayo yo yo che ma ke ayo yo hey tunkashila. Wotini tamayo. Ia tunkapik tunkahena we chozani yohila muhapikte. We chokuje mahik ohena yuha. Tanzania mani pikte trogata kia. Cha egle pikte khan chankuluta cha kamani pikte lotkunkashila. Ikchewi cha chale ampetu kina wahina jipina hoi apina wachunke apina che una kicham. You come with the Kelemo, we chose on the Trogata Unya Pictelo, O Mitakayasi. Thank you.
Our staff barriers and our color guard, please retreat the color. Hoka singers. And as they go out, you can follow them afterwards and shake their hands.